Guys, this is Big John here in Anchorage, Alaska. It is exceptionally warm today. Not exactly sure how warm, but let me check my phone real quick. But it's been a hot day. So according to this, it's 65 degrees. I think it's lying. It feels way hotter than 65 in this house. Uh, yeah, I had a temperature thing around somewhere that would tell me, yeah, it's about 70 degrees in this house. It is definitely warm. So, okay. Hey, nice to see you there, Dawn. Um, yes, we got officially scammed on the internet, and this really has nothing to do with the carnivore diet, but it has to do with my financial situation and the fact that I didn't have enough money to go buy steak. I've been living off of frozen hamburger patties. Some of the hamburger patties I had previously purchased pretty much went through almost all of that meat for a period of time because we went from, having a normal paycheck in the bank down to just about zero. We shut it off like right before they zeroed out the account completely. That's embarrassing, and it all had to do with just the basic online order. It looked like a pretty legit website, and my wife just wanted a wagon so she could pull it behind with when she went on her fishing trips, so she could carry her gear, sometimes snacks for the kids and stuff like that whenever she goes on fishing trips. So, anyways, we went from doing okay to flat broke. Thank goodness, not all of our money was in the same account, and everything is okay. I got paid again this week. Finally had enough to get out and purchase some ribeye. I went with the USDA choice this time because Costco was out of the halal grass-fed, grass-finished New Zealand ribeye steaks. And I was actually looking kind of forward to this particular type of ribeye anyways. I have to process it, and that's going to be part of this live stream. And also a basic weight loss type update is also going to be attached to this live stream because I really don't have time right now to be making a video or doing a whole bunch of editing and stuff like that. So let's see how this live stream goes. So far, we got 3 people in the stream. I do appreciate you guys for being here. More people will start coming in here pretty soon, and hopefully we'll have a really active talk about the carnivore diet and how things are going. Some of the things I did want to talk about today is my preparation to going to Nome. So I'll be on a business trip to Nome, and this is something I bought here. Sorry, I don't have an affiliate link attached for this particular product, but I bought this product at REI, and it's also something that you can purchase on Amazon. And maybe after the stream, I can put up an affiliate link for this so you guys can check out this awesome product. This is great for summertime camping. Now, last year when I went to Nome, Alaska, I found out that really, really quickly, I couldn't find a decent knife to cut my steak while I was up there. I was doing the carnivore diet, and I had a really, really hard time finding a decent knife. So I went to one of the local stores there called Hanson's, and I found it's like a kind of a crappy fillet knife. That was all I had the entire time. I was cutting my steak with a really, really ineffective fillet knife. It cut great for the first couple days, and then it just wasn't so great afterwards. So I thought, hey, okay, this is inexpensive. I think it's like $23 or $25 for this complete set right here. It's got a halfway decent knife right here, and it's got a couple extra knives in here. Also comes with its own little cutting board and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But one of the reasons why I bought this knife set is because it has protectors for all the knives. Because I really don't like the idea of just walking around with open knives. And every single knife that I have bought for like butchering type stuff is got protectors as well. So let's get on into this package, see what's in here. So okay, yeah, that's pretty. Whoa. Okay, yeah, 23, 25 bucks. REI gets you this fun little camping package. It's got a really, this is kind of a funny feeling rag, but it feels like it's almost abrasive in a way. So it would definitely, clean your hands. We got a little soap bottle inside here, and the cutting board is rather unique as well. So it's got a little foldy type cutting board, which may or may not get used, but it'll definitely get used when I get back on camping trips. And that's actually feels like pretty good quality. Now this is a plastic cutting board, and it's got a bend here. So it's questionable exactly how long this board's going to last because you know, plastic can only bend and open up so many times. And I have not checked the reviews on this product myself because I just don't do stuff like that very often before I buy things. I just buy them and hope for the best. And if they turn out to be awesome, that's great. So right here I got a cat, and we're gonna look at the small knife first. So it's got this pretty cool knife here. Like I said, these all, oh, they have a pretty decent like rubberish type handle on them. And let's see, it says GSI Outdoors. I'm guessing that's the name of the product. Yeah, GSI Outdoors. It's also eco-friendly, whatever that means, if that matters to you. And we're gonna pull this out. That's pretty. That's a nice little knife. So I'm guessing this will be super handy when I get up to Nome. I'll have a decent, and I like the straight blades. I don't like serrated blades. That's another thing. It's a pet peeve of mine, especially when I'm trying to cook expensive steaks. Here in town or anywhere, I don't like using those serrated steak knives. It just tears the meat. It makes it horrible, and I don't like it very much. So let's see how easy everything goes back in. So far, so good. Everything zips right in there. We're going to check the next knife. All right. Yeah, pretty. Now that's going to be good if I have, oh, this feels good in my hand. I almost want to like use it to cut up this big giant ribeye right here. That feels pretty decent. All right. Very nice. This comes with very nice sheaths. Everything so far is beyond what I expected for the price range. Not very expensive product here. Okay, and this would be fantastic if you want to go on a, you know, fishing trip. So this is going to get packed in my suitcase. Everything needs to back up, and my cat needs to booger off. Booger off, kitty. And let's check out the third knife real quick, and then I need to start processing this big giant chunk of ribeye. So here's the third knife. These are all, ooh. Okay, so this is kind of like a bread knife here. It's got a little tiny bit of serrated. So if you're, you know, cutting up, you know, a loaf of bread or something like out in the wilderness, I mean, who knows, whatever you can come up with. This might be a pretty cool little package here. But yeah, I'll definitely have to get the affiliate link and put it up in the description after the live stream. I should have done it sooner. But yeah, that's the whole kit there. And it comes in a nice little carrying case. Looks just like that. And it's pretty cool. Oh, sorry, it's upside down. Well, it's probably backwards anyways, because the way my camera's showing things. Sodoku knife set. And it looks like pretty good quality. So this is going in my suitcase. It's going with me to Nome. And hopefully it works out for me this year. Because using a crappy fillet knife up in Nome wasn't awesome. And I need to start getting this giant chunk of meat all set up and going here. Let's see, who's doing what here? Everybody says hi, says hello. Hello there, Alexandra. Hello, Samuel and Aiden. Let's see, Dawn says hello. And that's pretty much it for now. I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I really don't imagine that YouTube's going to like be pushing my live streams right now. They were pushing for me to do a lot more live streams, but I didn't have time. It takes a lot of energy. There's a lot of talking involved when doing a live stream, so it is what it is. But right now, my current weight has been stuck kind of around 265 and 260 pounds. And I've been using the carnivore diet just pretty much exclusively to maintain weight loss. Now, if I want to lose some more weight while doing a carnivore type diet, I'll eat mainly eggs for, you know, maybe 2 or 3 days, some sardines in the mix possibly, because that promotes ketosis and everything just melts off like butter. I have approximately 30 to 35 pounds to lose before I get down to my goal weight of 235 pounds. I started this weight loss journey at 435 pounds, so there's a good 100 and I think totally what's about 176 pounds of weight loss in the last 2 years. And a lot of that included fasting. It included fasting mimicking. It included keto experiments. Basically, all leading to things like the carnivore diet right here. And it just, as soon as I found the carnivore diet, I found the diet for myself. Because I'm just getting so tired of the arguments with all these health coaches and stuff. They keep talking about the sugar diet. They talk about carbohydrates being the ultimate fuel for the human body. And in a way, it kind of is, depending on your activity level and your ability to be active. And if you're morbidly obese and you're trying to be overly active, you're going to injure yourself, just like I did. I injured myself every time I tried to do the whole eat less, move more baloney. And I found out that you can lose weight with no exercise at all. And so far, I've lost all this weight from 435 pounds down to about 260 to 265 with no exercise. Just get up, go to work. That's all I do. I'm a commercial truck driver. I'm about as realistic as you can get when it comes to losing weight. Because when I was morbidly obese and I was 400 pounds, I've been over 300 pounds for more than 30 years of my life. But as things started worsening in my life, my health started declining, my blood pressure went up, I had sleep apnea symptoms, I had all kinds of chronic illnesses going on, I had digestive tract, GI problems, I had chronic diarrhea, chronic constipation at times. Everything was seemed chronic and bad. Even urination was just crazy. I was waking up like every 2 to 3 hours to go to the bathroom. And that's not helpful, especially if you're a truck driver. So once I figured out a little bit about weight loss, I learned what the word keto meant. I had no idea. Keto doesn't mean anything to the average person, especially the average person that's addicted to sugars, carbohydrates, and stuff like that, which is the majority of people out there, because people ask me every single day, hey, John, how'd you lose the weight? And I say, well, I did this, this, and this. And now I'm doing the carnivore diet. I got rid of sugars. I got rid of a lot of carbs. I got rid of seed oils. Specifically, seed oils is helpful. High fructose corn syrup is a 4-letter word in my household. And I just don't allow it in the house. If I find something in the house that contains high fructose corn syrup, I kind of frick it off in the trash can. It's the safest way to hopefully help protect my family the best I can. And you can only do so much, especially when you live in a household with other family members that don't do the carnivore diet. So it's just one of those annoying, horrible things. And there's not a whole lot going on in my thread today. I am not used to that. I am used to a stacked comment section. So another part of my update is this is basically my go-to nicotine source right now. This is one of my favorite things. This is just these little nicotine pouches. I have got rid of the vapes out of my life. I have got rid of smoking out of my life. And everything's good. So we need to get this over to the sink so I can start doing that. Hello, son. How are you?
Hi.
Who are you talking to?
My friend Savannah.
Okay. You can hang the car keys up and leave them there. If you need to go anywhere, you can walk. Because you have not been doing your due diligence and stuff I asked you to do. Okay? So now you're officially grounded from the van until I decide otherwise. All right. That's kind of what we have to do as parents from time to time. But anyhow, yeah, I just asked you to do the dishes. Like, I don't know how many times you don't want to, so fine. Then you don't want to drive your vehicle. That's okay. I don't mind. All right, so I got my gloves on. We're gonna get this opened up here. Let's see. And then we're gonna start cutting into this wonderful ribeye, because I haven't had steak in, it seems like 2 weeks now. Okay, there's that. There we go. I really love this knife. This knife is awesome for butchering. Okay, get this all out of the plastic, out of the goop. And I got stuff in my way. Oh yes, this looks amazing. There we go. Now I need to clean up this a little bit, because that makes a mess in the sink. We're getting there. Let's start cutting into this steak. and see how many steaks I can get out of that. So far, I believe this steak here was $238 for this bulk steak. They had more expensive ones there, but they didn't have near the amount of fat on them. So I had to be kind of picky about what I was doing there. I'm going to flip this around because there's a better lens on that side. Okay. Set up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Ribeye steak. Yes. So I still use the same method, about one knuckle, and then I just start cutting away. Nothing has to be perfect. But yes, I am hungry and I can't wait to get some of this steak cooked up. And I believe this was about $13 and some change a pound, which isn't horrible. Now the halal ribeye steak is a little bit cheaper. I think it's about $9.99 a pound. But this is the fastest and easiest way to get super healthy meat in your house. It's also the most effective way of regaining your health is ribeye steak. If I were to tell anybody how to fast track their carnivore diet, it would definitely be, figure out your budget and make something like buying bulk purchases of ribeye, something that's possible in your life. Because look at that. That is awesome. It's got all that connective tissue, a little bit of marbling in there. I mean, that is a pretty nice ribeye that I picked out today. And sometimes I don't always get the best one. And I tried New York strip. I didn't like it. Didn't have enough fat. I mean, it had a decent fat cap, but it didn't have really enough interconnective tissue in order to make my stomach feel right. It just seemed like the protein to fat ratio was just way off. So I'll probably not be doing New York strip ever again because it just didn't make me feel great. And for some reason a ribeye does. And look at that. That's a puppy treat right there. Hey. Oh yeah, you're excited now. Yeah, get your little chunk of meat in there. So, all right, we'll count how many of these we got when we're done. But you see, this doesn't take hardly any time at all. Just cutting approximately 1-inch steaks. Not being too fussy. Now I'm down to the end. This is like seriously the last cut I need to do right here. And then it's simply just put them in Ziploc bags and there you go. All right. So here's one of the weird end pieces. I'll probably be cooking that up first. Okay, we'll wash that off completely later. Let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got approximately 13 steaks for $238, I believe it was. So we just take a Ziploc bag, and usually I can get about 2 in here. And then I'll just seal them up here in a little bit. So the first thing I do is just get them in the bag. And then I'll come through and seal them. But yeah, that's a nice thick steak right there. What do you think of that? That was beautiful. I hope I had enough bags opened up, because then I'm going to have to go find some more bags. But I do need to cook up some of these right now anyways, so that's okay. And I don't have enough bags. That's all right. Oh, look, I got another doggy treat. There you go. Good girl. You've been a good dog. I don't care what anybody says about you. All right. Now the hard part is keeping this stuff from falling on the floor by accident. That would really suck. So we're going to get our handy dandy air fryer out. Get everything set up and ready to go. All right, here's my other air fryer basket. We're going to head on. I just washed everything, so everything's kind of wet. But yeah, I got the Ninja double stack air fryer, and it comes with these awesome little grates. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a try. So the key to cooking a really good air fryer steak, I've found out, is that having these grates lifts it up off the surface just enough. So if you can do that, you're going to get a much better sear and have a much better experience when trying to eat steak. So I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm going to leave it just like that. We're going to set it right up in there. And for this particular air fryer, it's much easier to dial in your perfect steak if you just simply cook one at a time. It will cook two at a time, but it's really hard to get the timing right. Right now I'm using Redmonds real garlic salt, and that's really all you need. So I'll flip that over. I'll put a little bit more on the other side. Redmonds real garlic salt is amazing. It's got just enough garlic, just enough salt to give you that nice electrolytes and also give you that nice garlicky flavor. Now this is Redmonds smoked salt in here. I think it's the hickory, I don't know. We're not going to put too much on there, just enough to give it a little bit of that smoky salt flavor. Oh no, my steaks hit the floor. Oh, that happens. Okay, thankfully they didn't fall out. My dog didn't eat them all. But we're going to get this put back together. Still got some water leaking out of the handles. It's okay, it'll dry out quick. So normally what I do is I set it up for air fry, and I'll hit 400 degrees, and I'll start it on the first side for 11 minutes and let it run, and it'll come out freaking amazing. But okay, I need to start sealing up these bags, and I also need to get some more bags for those over here, or at least one more bag. These were the ones that hit the floor over here. Thankfully, none of them fell out. That would have made me really upset. I probably would have just rinsed them off, because I'm not throwing away ribeye. I don't mind giving the dog a couple bites. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna spin this around. So you guys can see my sweaty mug, because it's hot here in Alaska today. I have more freezer bags in here somewhere. 1 gallon freezer bags. Here we go. Yeah, these things are awesome. Kirkland brand 1 gallon freezer bags work really well. I was questioning them at first, and then I tested them out, and I was like, wow, these really perform just as well as the more expensive Ziploc bags. The zippers on them work just as good as the Ziploc bags. The plastic is just as thick and just as durable as a Ziploc freezer bag. And yeah, it's kind of nice. Oh, spin around. There we go, behave. All right, I just need to get these two put away. And then I can start putting stuff in the freezer. Uh-oh, there's another doggy bite. My Dog's gonna be in love with me today. Come here. Actually, you can have this whole thing, and you can lick all that off. There you go. You've been a good girl. So this little rag right here is just wet, and it actually holds the cutting board, so when I start cutting, nothing moves. It's super handy doing it like that. Gonna get some hot water going. Take care of this stuff. And I want to wash that knife. You always wash your knives, hand wash your knives as quick as possible. That is probably dirty by now. I'm not going to use that. Just that way. Alright. So you want to use hot water. You don't need a lot of soap. Just a little bit. A little bit of dish soap. Just enough to break the fat off. And I do believe I have this particular knife right here down in my description section below if you're interested in it. It's called the Kershaw fillet knife. I think it's like a 15-inch breaking knife. And it works extremely well for cutting large pieces of meat. I would imagine if you had really large fish, it would work well too. I don't know why most fillet knives bend, and we have a lot of fillet knives here, but my wife likes to do fishing, so definitely have a bunch of those. All right, there it is. Yeah, that is a very large knife. And again, it's another it's another knife I have that has a wonderful little sheath that comes with it. I kind of keep several knives over here. This here is also another Kershaw fillet knife. So this is like a real fillet knife, where it bends. And you can fillet salmon with that without a problem. And we have several different kinds of fillet knives here. Kershaw just has a really nice rubber handle here, which is easy to grip, especially when you're dealing with slippery, slimy fish. Now my wife's blowing up my other phone. Not sure what she wants. Alright. There's all my steaks. I just need to figure out where I'm going to put them. I'm probably going to have to move some hamburger. So I got 5 minutes left on there. So I think in order to make these things fit, that bag's open. I'm going to have to get rid of some of these. I have a freezer in the back for those. Alright, so you guys can chill out there. See how many steaks I can get up there. Alright, here's a couple. This is hard to do one-handed. I could put the camera down, but whatever. We'll see how many I can get on these shelves. Get those nice and solid, frozen up. And you can totally cook a frozen ribeye steak in there. It just takes a few more extra minutes, and it comes out absolutely fantastic. I've done it several times. Just takes a few more minutes than you would normally do for a thawed-out steak. That's it. Alright. Oh, that's a fish head. I think that's a fish head. Yeah. I think that's a fish head from a king salmon. My wife just caught her first official king salmon here a couple days ago. I'm going to shut that. We're going to head on to the other room. Yeah, 7 days a week. I hope so. Like I said, I haven't had a ribeye steak in a while. Because we just kind of ran out of money. And for a while there, I just had like an overabundance of steaks in the house. And then all of a sudden it's like, you got nothing. It's like, what the heck? So I'm walking through the back room because that's where my freezer is. And we're gonna start putting this stuff away in the deep freezer. All right. Oh, I forgot I had like 40 pounds of drumsticks. I got 40 pounds of drumsticks from Costco, like 98 cents a pound for drumsticks. And that was freaking awesome. But right now we're just waiting on the steak to pop out of the air fryer. I got to do one flip on it. Put some more. Maybe, no, I got it salted up on both sides. I don't have to worry about that. So that's perfectly okay. Got 2 minutes on the timer. Oh yeah, I should probably get a plate. And some tongs out. I got a plate over here. Awesome. So one thing bothers me is when people come home and they're like, we got no food. I'm like, you got lots of food. You just don't want to cook something, that's all. It's like having food here isn't a problem. Having people that want to actually make stuff for themselves is a problem, apparently. But I spent about $343.13 at Costco today. And whoo, let's try this. There we go. That's a little bit better, I hope. And let's see, the beef ribeye was $238.91. I don't know how many pounds. I don't care. I don't really look at the pounds when I'm picking out meat as closely as a lot of people do. I'm looking more for what's going on that ribeye. So if I have a really nice fat cap, and then if I can see a little bit of the interconnective tissue, I'm just assuming it's running right through there. And then I kind of feel it a little bit. I see some guys, they do some weird stuff to bulk meat to try to pick out whichever piece they want. Whatever. I don't worry about that too much. Let's see, what else did I buy? I bought a 4-cheese variety pack. I actually like that cheese. I don't know if it's any good or not because I haven't read the ingredients on it, but I think they were clean. So this is what I got, this Finlandia variety pack. So it's got like Colby Jack cheese. Let's see what else. It's got Swiss cheese. It's got cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack cheese inside here. So you got 4 different types of cheeses for barbecue season, or if you just want random cheeses to snack on. It seems like a pretty good idea. So let's see. Oh yeah. One of them's got vegetable color. That's disappointing, but I'm not going to worry about it. Pretty much everything is just pasteurized milk, cultures, salt, enzymes. Contains milk. So just that one had vegetable color. That was cheddar. Cheddar. Why does cheddar have vegetable color? Unless they're probably just using like carrot juice to make it red. I'm not sure. Never heard of that. Strange. I gotta go flip this. Let's go pull that out and give it a flip. Alright. So that's what a ribeye looks like after 11 minutes in the Ninja double stack air fryer. And so far so good. We're going to put it back in for a little bit longer and let that side sear up. And with this unit you have to shut it off, restart it, do everything all over again, set it back to 400 degrees, and we'll probably, since this is already somewhat thawed, we'll set that for 7 minutes and hopefully everything will run just fine. Okay. So, meanwhile, we sit and wait. We go over the foods that we got at Costco. And a while back, I was just trying to get a lot of the overly processed foods out of my house to hopefully help my family out, eat a little bit healthier, find some overly processed foods, but I was trying to get a little bit better snack options in the house for them. So far, everybody seems to love the chomps. They love the think beef sticks. I did buy some bananas. I got some blueberries. Blueberries are so keto friendly, and they're not bad for you. They don't really wreck the plan. even when you add them into the carnivore diet, you know, with the elimination, then add back stuff. Something else I got was some more eggs, and then I got these, I think they're like NutriBalance fig bars. I snack on those once in a while. That's one of my kind of sin foods that I eat, but it's better than going to McDonald's and getting a double quarter pounder with cheese. So I just I try to keep it to a minimum with overly processed foods, and it seems to work. So I can eat those, and I'm not gaining any weight. Also, something I bought was a big bag of sun-kissed oranges. Once in a great while, I'll snack on the oranges and snack on possibly a banana. So I did another experiment because I was having this craving all winter long, and I put it off and I put it off. And sometimes it's better to plan your cravings out. And this wasn't even a pizza craving that I was having. I was having a chili craving, chili with the beans. So I went out and I got some chili. I added a whole bunch more meat to it. I put some ground beef in it. I added some sausage into it. I also added a package of cut up hot dogs. It was pretty good. So I got through the first day with the chili. The second day, it wrecked me. Yeah, because it had the beans in it. So after that, I started, you know, seriously, because I was still craving chili. So I started pulling out all the beans like one at a time. And it was surprising how many beans is in a little tiny Tupperware full of chili. I was surprised. It was like more than a handful of beans. And I just started eating the chili after I picked out as many beans as I possibly could. And then it wasn't hurting me after that. So yeah, adding back any type of beans was a bad idea. Did not go well, especially with the way the carnivore diet works. So yeah, not a good thing. I wonder if there's an easy way to open this. This cheese is, oh yeah, that opens nicely. But when I get home, I don't know why, I like to snack on cheese. And this cheese kind of works. Meanwhile, we're waiting on a steak to come out. Now there's something else that I bought at Costco that's keto friendly. It's a specific type of pickle. Whoa, somebody didn't close that very well. That's great. Oh well. I'm gonna have to clean up some pickle juice here. Wow, that's all over the place. But I am not sure what happened there. But alright. So it's these pickles here. I find these at Costco. A friend of mine talked about it. I shared one of these with my wife, and she tried one. And you can see like they're nice white pickles. They're just in white vinegar. There is a grape leaf. It looks like some sliced garlic in here. And a lot of dill. Keto friendly, 0 calorie stuff. Awesome to snack on when you're trying to lose weight. You know, because pickles, they give you that crunch, and they also give you that nice vinegary flavor. I don't know what's wrong with this container. It's just like leaking out vinegar everywhere. Yeah, at least it's vinegar. Seems like the more I handle it, the worse this is getting. Air frying. Yeah, we're air frying. Let's see. Never did I think of air frying steak. It worked. Air frying steak does work. Although the particular air fryer I have, like I said, it's got those stainless steel metal racks. Originally I got those. Well, I got this particular air fryer because it does have the stainless steel. It keeps my food off of the Teflon surface. You can also use a Teflon bottom for the basket for the Ninja. But I found out quickly what happened over here. I don't know what happened over here. Did you pee over here on the floor? I think my dog peed on the floor right here. Like a lot. Not sure why. What the heck? Why is it like everywhere? That's strange. Okay. I have a very large mess in my house. Holy cow. What happened? Was that you? I don't know. I got a big mess on my floor. I am unfortunately going to have to cut this live stream right here because I have so much, I think it's dog pee everywhere. And it's going everywhere. Alright. So, before we cut the stream, we're going to pull the ribeye out so you guys get to see what that looks like. See that sear? I mean, that is amazing. I'm kind of glad I'm not walking around barefoot because there's a lot of liquid on my floor at the moment. But yeah, these little stainless steel grates, they do something different by giving you a lot more airflow around your steak, and that way everything is great. But wow, okay, I got a lot of liquid on the floor. I'm gonna have to clean that up. I don't know where it came from. I'm just guessing it's her. I don't know. I'm at a loss. Crazy. That's another benefit of the carnivore diet, is that you don't get upset about stuff. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Holy crap. There's so much. I need to get a lot of paper towels, clean up this mess. And I'm just guessing it's from my dog. I'm not sure. Or what is this? I have no idea. But it's covered in pee too, so it's going outside. This is annoying. Whatever. Ugh. Stupid. What a day. I try to do a live stream for a change, and then I get something I don't know what's on my floor. And, alright. We'll talk to you guys later. And hi, Priscilla. Nice seeing you. So I got to pick up a huge giant mess on my floor. And let's see, whatever. I might get a video out this weekend. I don't know at this point. But I'm just trying to get back in the groove of doing anything YouTube. And, okay. You guys take care. And I'll see you in the next one. I need to get a lot of paper towels to clean this up. Alright, bye-bye, guys.